Hey everyone, this is Review Crew doing a review of my custom-made radio control G-scale Percy made from a Lionel engine. Now this Percy is made from the Lionel Central Northern Christmas train, and it is very, very nicely done. I did an amazing job on it. Now the reason why Percy's got that stuff around him, because I had to glue some cardboard on him so I can slip his faces on. It looks really good for the most part, but Percy looks like he did in the original show. Of course, I have that tape to make sure the boiler and stuff does not come apart. But other than that, Percy looks amazing. I can take his faces off and change them out. Let me actually get this one off. Take his sad face and put it on. It looks like it did just in the show. Just like in the show. Same thing with Percy's happy face. I did a pretty good job making my Percy. I've been wanting Percy for a long time, and I actually found a person that would make the Percy faces. I'm getting Diesel soon, and I'm hoping to get Edward after that to have 3 Thomas engines. And the Edward I will make into a G-scale engine just like Percy and Diesel. But the remote will be able to run all the trains at different times, and we'll be able to control the engines. But I gotta find the other remote, because that way I can have a remote for Percy, a remote for Diesel, and a remote for Edward. So, but yeah. But my Percy is a really good look. I did very well on putting the chassis on the body and keeping the original concept of it. And the way that Percy is powered, there's the tender that hooks up to this wire right here on the back. And when it hooks up, Percy turns on and makes the idling steam engine noises. The only bad thing I didn't like that happens, Percy no longer has chuffing. So that means when I move my Percy, he no longer chuffs. He whistles and stuff, but he does not chuff. That's because I think I accidentally tore the wire from the speaker, and I have no soldering stuff to do so to fix it. But I still did a pretty amazing job making my Percy, and I think I did a wicked job with the faces, like giving them the things to put on the front of the engine. But I actually bought this body parts off of Bachman.com, and of course the cab opens so I could put like Sir Topham hats for the drivers inside. I might have to get the Lionel Sir Topham hat and drivers. I don't know if they'll fit, but they should be able to work with this Percy and the Diesel I'm getting. Now the same thing goes for Diesel. Diesel is going to be a chassis on a G-scale body as well. But the G-scale body I'm going to be using, give me one second, it's going to be this Polar Express body. Now the reason why I chose this for Diesel, because Diesel has black wheels. And I'm going to put the chassis of Diesel on this body, the tender, to give Diesel power. So in other words, it'll look like Diesel is pulling a freight car as well. So that's what I'm going to do with these engines. And also Edward, I'm going to try to get another engine for Edward. Hopefully when I get Edward, I'll be able to screw some screws through his chassis without it breaking. I don't know if it's resin or not. I'd have to ask the maker of the body. But yeah, but this has been Review Crew doing a review of my Percy. Like I said, I'm going to be making Devious Diesel next. And then I'll have 2 engines, and then when I get Edward, I'll have 3. So I'm trying to get most of the Thomas characters, like James, Thomas, Percy, Edward, Diesel, Toby. I'm trying to think, who else is in the G-Scale line? I have no idea who else. But for the car, the radio controlled car for Sir Top Hat, I'll get a little radio car and get Winston and make a radio controlled Winston with a Sir Top Hat in it. But yeah. So this has been a review crew with a review of my G-Scale Custom Percy alongside the diesel chassis that I'm going to be using. So wish me luck on that, and I hope everybody has a good day and a good afternoon. And here's some footage of my Percy running.